No, I'm just, right now I have no coffee either, no water. We're running a little bit late today because, we just are. And
we've been up since 6, that's why.
I've been up since 5:20.
We're not just silly.
I know. It's very strange. But we've
This is a Bailey's day, just so you guys all know. It's where my head's at right now.
Did you add the Bailey's first and then the coffee?
Yeah.
Wow. Very smart. That way you know exactly how much Bailey's you're going to get.
Well, yes, exactly.
So you did half Bailey's.
No, it's not quite half. It's only like maybe this much Bailey's in the bottom of the cup. It wasn't a lot.
All right.
I don't like my coffee overly sweet.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday.
Or Wednesday for normal people.
Why do we say Wednesday when it's Wednesday?
Well,
it's Wednesday.
One thing I have to talk about, and I don't know how many of you have seen Taylor's little video we posted yesterday, but we have Google Home in our house, which, for better or for worse, we have it.
Google's listening to everything we say. We love you, Google.
And so Taylor has gotten used to being able to listen to Google, or Taylor listens to us talk to Google, right? Hey, Google, do this. Hey, Google, do this. So she started to, hey, Google herself. Now,
Google!
She's not quite understandable yet in her, hey, Google. But she loves Baby Shark. So John had set this up quite a few months ago where it says, hey, Taylor, or hey, Google. Oops. Stop.
We don't want to talk to Google.
Hey, Google. Make Taylor happy. So, and it plays Baby Shark. So we were doing that yesterday, but then John would change it partway. So she'd start doing all the actions and stuff. Then he would stop the music.
On my Spotify, because it's wired to my Spotify.
Yeah. And play another song. Well, my goodness, she got so mad at Google. At one point, she sits and she looks at me and she's just like...
She doesn't like Justin Bieber. Really, but good morning, Dawn. How are you today? It's great to see you. Lester, Ray from the Philippines. Hello. Well, you're warm where you are too. So excellent.
We also have Jeff watching. He said good morning on the other Facebook page.
Do we know why it's not connecting yet?
I don't know. But Jeff was chatting with us yesterday on a chat that we were seeing other comments and we weren't seeing. So I don't know how this is working. So if we miss anybody, please forgive us. We are good evening. Good evening, Lester. If we miss anybody, we apologize, but we're not quite figuring out, because John puts this in so many feeds, so we're not quite figuring out how to make sure we see them all, unless I had a whole bunch of Facebook pages open, which I'm not sure I can do.
So today, this is our goal. We want to turn off the horrified and the scary and all of that kind of stuff, because it's getting old. It's just getting old having people turn on each other.
Hey, I want this, because then when you talk, I can go, not funny.
Oh, that hurts.
Because very seldom will it be funny. It'll mostly be not funny.
Yes, thank you. Now you have to go to this one right here.
Oh, I want to show this.
Okay.
Isn't that the cutest virus you've ever seen?
I'm terrified of it. I need to turn off my horrified because it terrifies me so much.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah, we just want to keep this light and airy and full of fun. Now I need to see here. Estelle, what time
look too jolly.
are you waking up? Because your makeup looks great. Christie woke up at 6. I woke up at 5:20. And I just laid there watching the news, watching YouTube.
No, do you know what he was watching? In Florida, there's these young guys that they get paid to cull iguanas because they're invasive there. And so he's watching that. And then not only do they kill them, but they cook them and eat them. And I'm like, I listen to a lot of food shows. I like cooking shows. I don't really enjoy cooking tremendously, but I like to do something new every once in a while. And, but they're doing iguana, and I'm listening to these recipes and I'm like, that doesn't even sound appealing. I mean, if it was chicken or pork, it would be like, oh, that sounds so good, but it's iguana.
Yeah.
11:06 p.m. here. Lester, I'm curious as how you found us, just out of curiosity.
So,
Tastes like chicken, Estelle said. They said it tastes like turkey.
fried turkey.
I suppose it depends on how you make it.
Yeah, they call them tree turkeys in Florida.
Turkeys.
So it's really cool. I mean, we can't have them here; they're protected. But I've been told they do taste like chicken.
I just missed a phone call, but I don't know who it is.
So it tastes like chicken. There you go.
But they've called twice.
Who is it?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
It's probably Telmex. They continue to call every line we have, asking us to do stuff.
I think they want John to buy me a new phone and upgrade my plan. I think that's the whole thing that Telmex is doing, and he's just not following their instructions.
Yeah. So yesterday, we needed new tires. So after we did our coffee time, we went and got new tires at a great place, very affordable. Just past AutoZone. So in Bucerias, you're leaving Bucerias, going towards Vallarta. There's the AutoZone. Immediately after AutoZone, there's like a planter place. And there's a strip mall in there, a newer strip mall, and it's the last one closest to Mega.
Yeah, there's an air conditioning place, and there's a big, like there's an AutoZone, and then there is, that's cute. I asked Lester how he found out about us. So he's just saying, just saw it on his live videos, and then he clicked and found it. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
That's fun to have someone all the way from the Philippines.
We're in Mexico, in case you can't tell.
Yeah.
We're in Mexico.
And why, might you ask, why we had to get tires when we're not supposed to be driving it or going out anywhere? Yeah, whatever. But no, so there's the AutoZone, and then there's a plant, like not a ceramic, but a terracotta plant place.
Then an auto repair place, like an
auto parts place.
And then at the end is the tire place. Go there. The prices really are decent.
And they were really great for us. We got this lead from Luis Martinez. Luis Martinez. I know a Jose Luis. That's why it always just sticks in my head that way.
So immediately after we got the tires, we just quickly went to Mega, bought some plants, had Taylor with us, went into Mega, and the people are like, it's best if you just leave your babies at home. I need your name. I'm like, my name's John. They're like, and your last name? John is fine. So then they're like, okay. So then, we went in, and I cut
my finger. I have an owie.
Yeah, we should use vinegar and test it out.
Wow.
Yeah, but in Mega yesterday, we bought these. I said to Christie, because they're for the refrigerator, and they get rid of smells. I said, why don't we just use baking soda? She says, this is better.
They do work better. Actually,
it's like 4 times or 3 times the price of
all the products from it's a
manual focus.
All the products from Dr. Beckman, I've tried quite a few for the kitchen, for the laundry. The products really work. They're a little on the pricey side, but for those of us that drink red wine sometimes or coffee, and we might drip, or when my husband eats, just in general.
Wow.
What kind of car did you get? Care. What kind of care did you get? Is that an accent from up north? Care?
Yes. So this has extra fine sodium bicarbonate. Or bicarbonate. It doesn't say sodium, but I'm imagining it's sodium bicarbonate. And nobody is paying for this. It's just Christie really likes these and is willing to pay 3 to 4 times baking soda's price.
And also, if they fall over, which does happen in refrigerators, it doesn't spill all over.
Yeah, because we do have now 3 refrigerators.
Oh my gosh, you tell people that every day.
And a deep freeze. I have no idea why.
There's only 2 of us. For the deep freeze. We don't want that to smell stinky.
It won't. Okay, so what can we tell you? What's happened in the world of rules and stuff in Nayarit? I mean, that's just getting crazy.
Well, according to what I read something this morning, which I hadn't heard about it before, but now there is a rule with only 2 adults in the car, unless it is an elderly person that has to go to like a doctor. So if John and I, for instance, picked up someone to take them somewhere, that would be okay. Or if we had children in the car, which we don't have kids, but every once in a while we do have our granddaughter with us.
She sits in the back in the car seat anyways.
Yeah, but the passenger has to sit in the back seat.
It's going to be like driving Miss Daisy.
Distancing.
Yes.
So that I read.
Hello, Barbara. Good morning to you.
The other thing that I read, or the other thing I wanted to say is, lots of you know that our kids that live here in Mexico, we have a married son with two daughters, and they stayed here because they had scorpions in their house. They found one on Saturday morning, and our granddaughter Taylor, who's almost 2, has been stung, bit, irritated by one already. So they wanted to fumigate. We couldn't get a fumigator in until yesterday, so they spent the weekend here at the house. The best thing ever, you guys, is she comes by our bedroom door, knock, 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 Nana!
Yeah, she yells. She doesn't just say, Nana.
Yeah.
Nana.
Making sure I'm awake. Yes,
Yeah.
the first
And she did
morning
wake her up.
I was awake. Yesterday I was sound asleep.
But she woke her up.
But you know what? This morning I really missed the knock, 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 Nana!
So, Estelle, you can go get food. Hopefully you bought a care that has enough space to store food. Yeah. So what else do we know is going on in the world right now? We've been watching Facebook and see y'all doing your thing. And I see the one meme where it says, hey, married couples, I see you're not using your I'm blessed anymore, perfect spouse. Nobody is saying that. We get it. Christie and I have been working together now for almost 20 years. So we get it more than anybody that, you just stop feeling blessed after a while.
No, that's not what you get. You are so blessed to be able to work with me.
I am very blessed. So, okay, that was a weird one. Thanks, Michael. We're going to send you so much money, you'll be crazy.
Don't help him.
Yeah, please don't. Please
We have no idea who he is.
Who that person is. So there are plenty of people here in Bucerias that need cash. There's the food banks in La Cruz and Bucerias. There's different organizations that are taking money, and it's legit. Another
thing, actually, that same article that talked about only one person being in the front seat. He's also saying, the police that are at the bridge, they are there, 10, 12 hours a day, every day. They're there every day of the week. So he's asking a gentleman named Patrick Pickett. Lots of you I think that's how it is. A lot of you may know who he is. He does Pat's Plates. Not that this is an endorsement because I've never used them. So, but he is volunteering to collect money for the police to give so they can have water, snacks while they're there. I don't know if he has spoken to someone and they've asked him to do it, or if it's just something that he sees the need for. But I just thought that was a neat idea.
So we're expecting to have dirt delivered because yesterday we bought the plants. So, excuse me?
And I'm wondering if that's who's trying to phone.
And the side, there's a see. Really?
Okay, so John's going to go do that, and now we can talk about him. Just kidding. I talk about him in front of him, too. So, yes, Estelle just had posted that, enjoy that baby there, more fun. Should have had grandkids first. I tell my kids that all the time, and I don't think they think I'm as funny as I do. Who knew? I don't know how to unshow it. What? Oh, there we go. Okay, so does anybody have anything to say? Anybody want to talk? I'm just going to have a quick drink of coffee. So, yeah, I think we mentioned the other day that we want to do a cocktail hour virtually with Zoom on Saturday night.
So the phone calls that Christie was ignoring was the Vivero. They were making an appointment, lost, whatever, but they found us.
That's what I was just thinking because they phoned 3 times.
Yes. So I'm going to just run outside again and make sure everything is okay.
Yes. So yesterday we bought some plants, and Estelle, no, we do not have. I'm assuming when you say Momo, I think you mean our dog Moo. No, someone adopted Moo from us, and love her to pieces, have changed her name to Molly. And I call her Molly Moo. And they actually bought a house from us. So they live just down the street when they're here. They're from Winnipeg originally. And they love her to pieces. And she loves them to pieces. And I'm so happy. At the time when we were looking for a home for Molly, for Moo, Molly. It's good. I'm starting to call her by her real name. We had decided that she was supposed to have been adopted out a few times, and there was a couple of times that it just didn't work. The last one was a friend of mine who has a big dog, 2 big dogs, and they were using Moo as a chew toy. So she put it out there that she was looking for a new home, and found this awesome couple. And now they have become good friends of ours and clients because they bought a house from us and they took the puppy. So that's awesome. Well, she was 2, so she wasn't really a puppy. So now we just have 1. We have Bailey. She's a Cocker Spaniel. She'll be 9 years old in December, and she's getting old. And I think that might be it for dogs for us for a while until we get an acreage or something and then have a couple of big dogs out there. So, because she's very lonely when we're not here. Obviously, she's always been with other dogs. I see Glenda is saying how your guys' shelter in place is extended to May 15th. So that is pretty much the same with us here. And then Estelle, we cannot tell you how many of those peanut butter cups we have left.
I can because they're over here.
And Maureen is saying good morning. And I saw Bren.
There are 8 left.
When are your local authorities predicting you will be seeing your area opening back up? At least the middle of May.
June.
But probably June. Their thoughts are that they will keep us shelter in place, I guess is a way to put it. John calls it something else. Until do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Until, oh gosh, I'm lost my train of thought. But they want people to stay sheltered for a while. I have a 100 peso if you want.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So we will probably be at least until the middle of May. Probably the end of May is what we're thinking, and then from there we'll have to see things. The nice thing is we get to shelter in place in a beautiful, beautiful area and weather, and so we've told a lot of people we have a rooftop terrace upstairs, which is super comfortable, and the breezes that we get here are amazing. So we do sit up there and enjoy it a lot. If John hadn't brought all of his computer stuff home, I'm just reading one of Estelle's. I have a connection for wine. Well, I may hit you up on that connection there, sunshine. How are casitas selling? Well, there's not a lot of
inventory. The things that are expiring, there's not a lot of them renewing. But there are new properties hitting the market. I think every 7 days right now, it's between 9 and 16. Closings are all kind of the same. Everything is the same. And pendings. The pendings are very interesting. Mm-hmm. So because the closings could be from the past, but the pendings are current.
Yeah. So
pendings, I think the last 10 days, this is all before the 18th, because on Saturdays I'll be doing weekly meetings now. But I'm pretty sure it was in the 20 range, 16 to 20. Jim, we have no idea. Right now it's not doing anything. And the thing is we've had an inventory shortage, but under 400.
For a good year and a half.
Good year and a half. So anything under 400, it's usually selling. Anything over 4, there's many eyeballs, but people are buying what is priced right and good for rental income.
There was an agent that posted a few days ago
oh my gosh,
that the market is down between 20 and 30%, or somewhere, around 25% or whatever.
And they used one of our listings as proof.
Yes. And so another agency called us and they're like, okay, what is the story on this? Because it was actually a 25% reduction in the price. The story behind that listing was that the owner died, right? And when he listed, we knew he was very sick. And so we did what we never do, and we listed it at the price he wanted. We didn't do our full workup like we normally do with a property because we knew at that price it was too far out of the market. So when he passed away, his widow and his heirs, which were his grandkids, I believe,
they met.
They all got together and they discussed it, and they authorized us to lower it substantially, like I said, by 25%. But that just happened to have happened on April 1st. So they were using this as an example that this was because of COVID, which it wasn't. It had nothing to do with COVID. So anyways, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, the market prices have not been dropping. Rental prices, of course, right now have been, because nobody's here to rent. So people just want to get somebody in their property just to keep it used until things straighten out down here. But for sale prices, so far they have not. Some of the developments are offering a good peso exchange, not as good as what the peso actually truly is, but they're offering a better peso exchange than what they had been. So
usually 19 to 20 pesos to the dollar is kind of what they're offering. So what they'll do is they'll sell it in pesos, and then you get a better USD rate. So it's kind of like a 20%, 15% discount in that area. Also, we are going to be doing our
Morning, Rob.
How to Buy Mexico Real Estate for foreigners. We will be doing that in the next few evenings, so just be prepared. There's going to be a registration for that. So yeah, we want to start doing that. Also selling, also new construction. So like pre-construction, because this is not like 2008. This is not a mortgage crisis. This one is very, very different.
Barbara is a realtor in Atlanta, and she's saying that there's low inventory, and you can read this, but homes priced right, selling with multiple offers. And we don't see the prices being reduced yet there either. So,
most of our
send
buyers,
me a link for that. Okay, we will, Barbara.
Yeah, most of our buyers, they're kind of crazy. I mean, if you come to Mexico and buy a house in Mexico, your friends think you're crazy.
Now you're talking to all these people, or a lot of them that have bought property.
Yeah, we're thinking,
we do think you're all crazy.
Yeah, but we think you're crazy too. But no, just normal people die where they're born. They don't go anywhere. We're kind of the odd people here. I mean, our story is stranger than anybody else's, more than likely, only because we sold everything and moved to a place we'd never been before with 4 young children. Nowadays, it's kind of cool because of the HGTV shows, that kind of stuff. But when we did it...
Yeah, that was almost 17 years ago.
Yeah.
We moved. We'd never been to Puerto Vallarta ever.
Or Mexico. You've been
I was in Juarez, which I would not ever live in. Even 20... Well, I was in high school, so I might have been... It might have been more than 20 years ago. It might have been like
32, 33. Because we were dating then.
Yeah, we were early stages of dating.
Yeah, I think I was 16 and you were 18. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, we've been together a long time. I'm so blessed.
And Rob, I think I would disagree with that.
No. It's not, because 2008 was a mortgage crisis. Back then, people were borrowing, I think for 2006, 7, and 8, it was in the 250 to 300 and change $1 billion a year. People were borrowing in equity and buying replaceable stuff. Nowadays, I think the most was 74 billion for the last 3 years. So people aren't doing what they did last time. Also, 37% of mortgages in the U.S. are already paid off. And right now, people that have a mortgage, it's $170 some thousand in equity is the average. So even if it goes down 25%, they've still got positive. So it's a very strange, different world. There's going to be about 15% of the population that will not have a job when all of this is done. And that's going to take up to 2 years, according to JP Morgan,
and
the
a
big
few
guys.
other pundits.
They expect a V, not a U, but the L was 2008. So this is
but
went down,
it's not
and then
really
it just
a V.
down.
They're talking more like a check mark, where it'll go down a bit, but then they expect it to go
back up.
quite up high.
Yeah, and in our new home buyers for Mexico, we're going to have all of that information.
Yeah. And so Jim and Tessa are in Washington, listed on Friday 2 weeks ago, and less than 24 hours, 15,000 over asking.
Yeah, we're seeing this from our American friends. We're seeing this over and over and over. Now, it depends on what market you're in. If you're in Michigan, I don't know if it's going to be like that, because they're kind of crazy in Michigan.
But Mexico is going to be hurting for a while. Don't get us wrong. We're not thinking that this is just going to all of a sudden be done. There will be there's a lot of people that are out of work. Yeah. But the good thing is there's a lot of people that are helping these people. And so they are getting fed, and they are getting help that they need. And they're, as much assistance as the Mexican government can do. And so it is, so far it's been okay. It's been okay.
Yeah. So more buyers and sellers. Yeah. And under 400,000, that's what's happening.
Yeah. And that is, I think, Barbara, if you probably agree, that's everywhere. Yeah. I mean, there's been a shortage. We belong to the same coaching clientele that she does. I don't know. We have the same coach, actually. And so with our real estate. So she is, we have daily calls with our coach and the head guy, Tom Ferry.
And fortunately, our business is already set up for pandemics. Wasn't originally created that way, but with the 3D scanning that we do on our properties, we've sold almost 30 properties, had accepted offers from buyers without them stepping foot in the property. Now, obviously, in the subjects, it's subject to making sure. My favorite was it's not a video game, because you can walk through with VR goggles and look at our houses. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Not cheap, but very, very effective. So yeah, that's our business. We're fine for whatever is happening here. What else? Yes, more millennials and downsizers.
Yeah, no, and that's very true. There's a lot of people that want to get out of their big rambling 3,000 square foot homes into something more manageable, so they can travel, or after they've been safe at home for all these weeks, they want something big. So if it ever happens again, they've got space to have privacy. So, you're looking at it both ways, I guess.
I've been bugging her for probably a year. One of our clients bought a piece of property in Mascota, which is about 2.5 hours out of town. And they built a ranch. And he did it all for buying the land and the ranch, $250,000. And I'm saying we got to do that, because it's 2.4 acres of land that he bought. And that's a fantastic place just as a retreat for the summers.
See, I already mentioned a ranch, didn't I? An acreage. I did with them already while you were gone.
See, yes, that's the reality of that's our next step, is to have a ranch up in the mountains.
Yeah.
So I think, are we done for today?
I think so. Unless anybody has any more comments or questions, we really didn't have anything else to discuss.
No, we've done our fighting for the day. So
we've done our fighting? Oh, I haven't started yet.
I have no idea what to say there. But everybody have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, email us. Some of you will get emails about our home buyers seminar, because we want to get feedback on what we need to be doing here.
Yeah, and we will also be putting the information out on Facebook too, for people to register so they can come to the session as well.
Yes. So have a fantastic Wednesday. Be safe, be kind to one another, be happy.
Good morning, Dad.
Unhorrified, because there's so much to live for. So, guys, have a great
I have
day.
lipstick on my teeth. How tacky.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Barbara.
Have a good day. Bye now.
Bye.